Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. A teen here in Trinidad and Tobago received 8 ones, or achieved 8 ones in CSEC examinations. Laventel teen Brandon D'Souza, a St. Mary's College student, is proud of his achievements. His mother, Phyllis D'Souza, is also elated. Congratulations to both his parents or mother and Brandon D'Souza. That's a very significant accomplishment, people. And of course, everyone usually hears certain types of news coming out from Laventel. So this is a breath of fresh air. This is wonderful. And I hope that other youths will follow in his example.
I think despite the predispositions you may have, be it lack of access to some resources, a big one being parents, lack of income, I think we live in a modern world where there are so many resources available, whether it be online or physical, that if persons motivate themselves and set a clear objective in mind, they would be able to achieve it in whatever field, whether it be academics or sport or some other activity. I think the main thing is knowing what you want and finding ways to use what you have to get there. And of course, having a good support system around you.
My pride is that he was steadfast. He told me what he wants to do and he pushed himself. I supported. Whenever, anything was there, mommy, I need a book, mommy, I need this, mommy, I need that, I tried my best to get it to him. And with resources, he will get where he wanted to go. Whatever he wants.
You won't be disappointed with this one. Look and feel great every day. Painless trimming with no pulling of hair guaranteed. Comfortable to hold and lightweight. Intelligent anti-pinch system. Safety travel lock. Accurate and painless trimming. Durability 100% quality. Fast charging. To place an order, call or WhatsApp 868-762-6589. A historic first on the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange on Friday, as A.S. Bryden and Sons Holdings Limited became the first company in the country to list by introduction a method that allows existing shares to be traded without raising new capital. Now, I don't know much about stock exchanging, but if it's something that is happening for the first time, then that's good news here in Trinidad and Tobago. The Trinbago Knight Riders made it 2 wins in 2 games on the home leg of their 2025 Caribbean Premier League campaign. Nicholas Puran and his men turned back to the Barbados Royals at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy on Friday to surge to the top of the Republic Bank CPL table. And if I'm not mistaken, last night they also defeated the Guyana Amazon Warriors. So congratulations again to CPL, to the Trinbago Knight Riders. But of course, I have a little soft heart for Guyana. So therefore, I still wish the Guyana Amazon Warriors the best. I don't know if they have been eliminated from the from the competition by now, though. On Friday, August 29th, 2025, Trinidad and Tobago brought the rhythm, color, and culture to country night at the Carifesta village in Barbados. As part of the region's premier arts festival themed Caribbean Roots Global Excellence, the Twin Island nation wowed crowds with music, dance, and tradition. Great news for one of the fastest growing sports on the planet, pickleball. It's something like tennis, but they're using a different type of, racket. Pickleball got a major boost locally as TNT will see 4 more courts courtesy the Queen's Park Cricket Club. I'm telling you, since UNC has entered the office of the government, we are seeing so many changes, so many positive types of situations taking place now, progress, advancement. So this is a good sign, people. It's a good sign. 212 participants graduated from the Tobago Information Technology Limited's 2025 installation of STEM Camp. So once again, Tobago is doing their part in making TNT great, prosperous, and safe again. Positive activities for the youths, of course. Did you know that women make up 27% of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service? No, I did not, but okay then, that's good news. 2,136 women are currently serving in every rank and division within the force. That's a whole different discussion. I have no issue with that, I'm talking about particular individuals, but that will be for a different platform, my different YouTube account and social media accounts. Commissioner of Police Alistair Guevara emphasized that the goal to serve knows no gender, and he's 100% correct, and that women continue to make the TTPS more stronger, resilient, and smarter, wiser. I agree with him. And once again, as I said before, there are certain things that I cannot discuss on this particular YouTube channel. But of course, on my other social media accounts, if I had to discuss this, well, people know basically where I stand.
The customary ringing of the bell that signaled A.S. Bryden and Sons Holdings Limited officially joining the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange, the TTSE, on Friday morning. Founded in 1923, A.S. Bryden has grown into one of the largest distributors of fast-moving consumer goods in the English-speaking Caribbean. Known locally as Bryden's, the company made history by listing on the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange through an introductory listing. Unlike a traditional initial public offering or IPO, no new shares were sold. According to Chief Executive Officer of the TNT Stock Exchange, Eva Mitchell, it now gives existing shareholders access to trade their shares locally.
So unlike a typical IPO, this listing by introduction was not intended to raise capital, but rather it provides existing shareholders of A.S. Bryden with the ability to trade their shares. In fact, over 800 shareholders now have access to liquidity on the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange. And this pathway opens the possibility of attracting new shareholders to the company.
Executive Vice Chairman of A.S. Bryden's, Michael Conyers, said the listing marks a transition from private to public ownership, embracing transparency and long-term growth.
For over 100 years, A.S. Bryden's operated as a private enterprise. Today, we embrace our role as a public company, welcoming the scrutiny, accountability, and opportunities that come with public listing.
Management Associate of Republic Wealth Management Limited, Monique Makomi, said they served as lead broker, guiding the company through the regulatory process and preparing it for public trading.
This listing is also significant for what it represents in the wider financial ecosystem. By expanding their presence on our local market, A.S. Bryden is helping to strengthen our capital markets, deepening liquidity, broadening opportunities for local investors, and reinforcing confidence in the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange.
And the Vice President of Republic Financial Holdings Limited, Karen Yipchuk, spoke about the role of its subsidiary, Republic Wealth Management Limited, noting that the company is committed to building stronger, deeper, and more liquid markets.
It is a demonstration of confidence in the strength of our capital markets and a clear signal that opportunities for participation and growth are expanding right here at home. For shareholders, both current and prospective, today's listing means greater liquidity, broader access.
The listing includes 1.5 billion ordinary shares and 30 million preference shares, now available on both the TTSE's first-tier market and its US dollar equity market. Sonolala, TTT News.
It is officially open. The Queen's Park Cricket Club has expanded their portfolio with the official opening of pickleball and tennis courts on Friday afternoon on their Sinclair compound. The project, which got going last October, is now ready for play, but only for members in the initial phase, with the aim of establishing an academy. After the official launch, national player turned coach Jerome Ward said the sport has been around since the 60s, but has flourished over the last 5 years.
During COVID there, you could only be outside. There was social distancing and these kind of things, so only specific sports were allowed to play. Tennis, golf, and pickleball was one of them by nature. It's outside and it's well spaced. During this period, a lot of people picked up on pickleball in the US. There was pickleball in Trinidad in one location in Chinese Association. I did not know about it, but I started it at CIC, St. Mary's Court, and I just picked up from there. It went from maybe 5-6 people on average for a year, and then all of a sudden in 2022, 2023, it just shot off to, in 1 month it went to 400, and by now it's 1,000.
Ward also stated that pickleball is not a threat to the sport of tennis.
I would hope that the community realizes quickly it's not an either-or thing. Once they can coexist, which they can with the right guidance, this is not a, you can play both. I play both. I was national team tennis. I'm a national coach now, and I got the national trials in pickleball of the first year, which was this year. So I don't think it's a either-or thing. It's both, and I'm both.
So QPCC will now boast of 7 sports under their umbrella: cricket, football, hockey, squash, table tennis, tennis, and pickleball. Wayne Cunningham, TTT Sport.
212 participants graduated from the Tobago Information Technology Limited's 2025 installation of STEM camp. Based on the idea of educating students in science, technology, engineering and mathematics, the camp engaged participants in real-world applications of learning. Chief Executive Officer Ian Williams reported this as the largest STEM camp in Tobago.
Not only have our numbers grown, but so too has the scope of our program. We introduced exciting new modules such as microscopic exploration, mixed layers and solutions, and art fusion, while continuing to build on our previous programs such as robotics, 3D printing, electronics, virtual reality. Every year, this STEM, or should I say STEAM, journey just gets bigger, bolder, and even more impactful.
Urging parents to nurture skills in their children, he noted that although jobs are being transformed by automation and artificial intelligence, the demand for STEM jobs continue to increase. Tobago House of Assembly Secretary of Education
program and innovate will only increase. That spark you see in a child now, I urge you to invest in it, nurture it, because what may seem like curiosity today could be the foundation for the next inventor, engineer, and leader of tomorrow.
Tobago House of Assembly Secretary of Education, Research and Technology, Zarisha Hackett, commended TITL for continuing to shape the technological landscape of Tobago.
TITL has indeed raised the bar, pushed boundaries, and showed us that Tobago can be bold, creative, and competitive in the digital economy. And therefore, management staff, board of directors, and you, CEO, you are not simply running projects, you are shaping Tobago's destiny.
August sale, 25% off. No more overheating phones. Cool your phones in seconds. Prevents damage to phones and battery issues. Better gaming experience and streaming. USB powered and fast charging. Lightweight and quiet. Ideal for kids and adults. Works with all smartphones. Makes a great gift. Enjoy free island-wide delivery. Call or WhatsApp 868-762-6589. On Friday, 29th of August 2025, the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Development, alongside the 14 municipal corporations, the Rural Development Company of Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago Municipal Police Service, and the Unemployment Relief Program, URP, gathered to host the Sports and Family Day 2025, the first of its kind in over 20 years. Present at the event were the Honorable Khadija Amin, Minister of Rural Development and Local Government, along with our permanent secretaries, Mr. Peter Mitchell and Ms. Annalene Innes, senior officials of the TTMPS, as well as the mayors, CEOs, and chairmen of various corporations. Their presence highlighted the day's significance, reinforcing the spirit of unity and togetherness. The Sports and Family Day aimed to foster camaraderie, promote healthy competition, and uplift the morale of all those involved. It was a day of clean, fun-filled sportsmanship, and that was thoroughly enjoyed by everyone. And I definitely believe that sports in particular, other sorts of extracurricular activities for the youth, is the answer, is the solution in taking back our communities from certain elements in society. Remember, young people need to be occupied. And if they're not occupied in particular things, in positive things, you know what is going to happen. They're going to end up going down certain types of roads that they should not go or follow. Again, on this YouTube platform, I cannot really speak as freely as I would like to, but nevertheless, even though I can't, but I will still give my opinion on certain issues. And therefore, I will continue to say that sports, and we need to invest a lot more in our communities. And I hope the Kamala Prasad administration, and I believe they have already begun that mission of taking back the communities, getting even the community police involved in the restoration of family values, Christian values within the communities, basic, normal values within the communities. And as I said before, what we need to have is a whole lot more community centers, which will always have active programs on a weekly basis, on a weekend, for the youths to get involved in. And it should also include, I honestly believe that, it should include counseling sessions. The youths will be guided into a path or onto a pathway that will be beneficial for them and will also restore peace and harmony within their districts or their communities. Yesterday, August 30th, marked 7 years since TTT Limited was established, and they're celebrating 63 years as state media. Of course, it's basically like re-established because TTT was the original name, but you know, the company itself, how they rebranded it, so that's why they're saying 7 years since it was rebranded as TTT Limited. Long time it was just TTT Trinidad and Tobago Television Channels 2 and 13, and I believe 9 and 14 in Tobago. On Friday, we wrapped up our staff engagement activities for the Java period by celebrating the anniversary and the nation's independence achievement, as well as the end of the Steel Pan Month. And speaking of independence, happy Independence Day, Trinidad and Tobago. Now for some regional news. Started off with Guyana. Bartica proudly inaugurated its first special needs school, the Diverse Learning Center in Region 7, with the formal commissioning by Minister of Education, Priya Manikchan, on Saturday. The facility stands as a bold advancement in the quest to broaden inclusive education throughout Guyana. Catering for 25 children, the facility will be staffed by 2 trained teachers, with 3 additional teachers to be appointed shortly. Minister Manikchan stated that the goal is to make sure every child, no matter their challenges, can access nursery, primary, secondary, and tertiary education that will provide them with equal chances to learn and succeed. Education is the key, and we have known that for generations now, people, even here in Trinidad and Tobago. Education and sports, I believe. The extracurricular activities like sports. Sports, it goes hand in hand, people. I want to assure parents with special needs children that we are going to be building special needs schools. This is one. We are currently building a special needs school and an autistic school in Region 3, the minister stated. She also confirmed that Region 10, where parents have requested this facility for a long time, will get a dedicated special needs school. Meanwhile, the construction is progressing on Guyana's first state-of-the-art for the deaf school for the deaf at Cummings Lodge on the east coast of Demerara. The Fanali administration, I'm telling you, has been performing exceptionally well, not just well, but exceptionally well for the past 5 years. And I'm hoping and praying that tomorrow's election results in the nighttime would be that he was given a second term in office. Second Lieutenant Nicole Gomes has successfully completed the Britannia Royal Naval College in the UK. She was the only international student in her division and one of just 2 women to graduate from the rigorous 29-week program. Her success is a national honor and a state testament to the GDF's commitment to excellence and global standards in military leadership. Congratulations to Nicole Gomes. You're making your country of Guyana very proud. News from Jamaica. At just 15 years old, Glenmore High School student Solane Bola has stunned her peers and community after securing 2 grade 1s in this year's May-June Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC examinations. While still in 3rd form at the Clarendon-based high school, Bola opted to pursue electronic document preparation and management and principle of business at the CSEC level. Congratulations to this youth. Stay on the right path and focus on your education and not relationships and stuff like that. The fact of the matter is, a lot of the times, by the time I used to give tuition for maths, English a bit, but basically maths. And my students, a lot of the times, used to, remember what I said, lessons. I didn't work in a school or anything like that. But my students used to excel even up to Form 4. And for some reason, by the time they hit Form 5, which is usually when they're around 17 years, 16 years, 17 years, they tended to become distracted by personal relationships. And instead of focusing on their schoolwork, they began, as I said, focusing on the personal aspects of their life. And this is why the advice should be for the young people, have as many friends as possible. Yes, that other part of your life is important, but it's something that can wait. Focus on your academics, achieving your goals in life, so that later on, you can pursue a relationship and yet be independent, whether as a man or a woman, with proper qualifications and a proper job. And therefore, there will be a lot more mutual respect in your future relationships. That's a little bit of advice to the young people outside here. And I've been giving that for many years now. I'm not perfect, but I'm just saying that's the right thing to do. Hold off pause for a cause, focus on on achieving your academic aspirations, and then you can pursue relationships later on. From Bob Marley, One Love, to Redeemed, Jamaican actor Cornelius Grant believes he is cementing his reputation as a multifaceted talent and already calling this year his year of success. He said, "This is my third international film and the second one in less than a year. And I just think it's hard work paying off. Dedication, people, I'm telling you, you have to focus on your goals. Cannot focus on too many things at the same time. Always have God at the top of your priority, though. Because next year will be my 20th year in the industry. I believe that not giving up has put me where I am right now," Grant told the Gleaner, the Jamaican Gleaner, in a recent interview during the break on the Redeem set. Some international travel news. The Nordic nation of Iceland, famed for its volcanoes, hot springs, and uniquely sublime landscapes, has once again been named the most peaceful country in the world by the Global Peace Index. As well as topping the index for 2025, Iceland is number 3 on the world's happiest reports list of the world's most blissed out countries and is one of the most desirable travel destinations in the Northern Hemisphere. People say, because I'm now going to say that I would love to visit Iceland as well. Yes, people, if I had the money, I will travel to so many countries around the world and, of course, carry my family, my siblings along with me. Because, I mean, going by yourself wouldn't really be an adventure. You have to carry people along with you. Italy's classic journeys are a feast for those wanting to explore in style. From Lake Como's vintage vaporinas to a Vespa ride through Tuscany, you can witness stunning landscapes without skimping on the historical or culinary experiences. These unique adventures offer a thrilling ride and a taste of the country's rich heritage. Once again, for those who love to travel, I follow some individuals, Tiffany Silva and another guy from Jamaica, and they do some wonderful nature videos. And I would love to see the time when it will come that they will expand to visiting international countries, areas out of the Caribbean region. I'm not saying to forget about Jamaica's beauty, and even a lot of the times they visit Trinidad and Barbados and Bahamas. Some wonderful videos on Bahamas, but lovely, but you see the sides of the lobsters, the caught and stuff like that. Beautiful. But what I'm saying is, I would really love to see them take it to the next level of going international. In Japan, it's a long-standing tradition for students to take part in cleaning their schools. Now, that's a wonderful culture. That's a wonderful, I'm talking about tradition. That's the type of traditions that we should want to keep and hold on to. A practice called suji. This happens daily, and the students from elementary, this happens daily, and students from elementary through high school participate. The system is part of Japan's holistic approach to education, which emphasizes not just academics, but also life skills, community responsibility, and character development. That's what we need to focus in Trinidad and Tobago as well. Character development. And that's why I'm telling you, counseling sessions within the communities and the schools, definitely needed to the schools as well, because you remember, children spend about 8 hours in school. That's 1/3 of the entire day, people. Students clean classrooms, hallways, toilets, and even school grounds, often in rotating groups. There are no employed janitors because, of course, everyone is participating in keeping the school clean. In many public schools, maintenance staff might be present for repairs, because I was not going to study that. Well, I can't really get the students and them to go and fix a roof. But, you know, or deep cleaning. And I agree with that as well, because I was wondering about that. I was wondering about that. But day-to-day cleanliness is handled by students and teachers. This practice is deeply rooted in Japanese culture, where cleanliness is linked to discipline, respect for shared spaces, and the importance of humility. It's not seen as a chore, people, or punishment. It's a natural part of the day. Teachers often participate too, reinforcing the values, because you have to lead by example, people. So that's wonderful. Reinforcing the values of equality and teamwork. Folks, that brings us to the end of today's headline news. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share. That's what triggers the algorithms. That's what boosts the algorithms and views in the For You page. Stay blessed and stay safe in Jesus' name.